Hi everyone, it's Zen the Crypto Queen, and I just wanted to tell you that this is a price prediction type video. I'm going to go over several points. I'm going to do it as fast as I can because there's a lot here. So you may want to pause or watch it twice, whatever you want to do. The price predictions are going to come along the way as I make these points with some timelines. So stay till the end, okay? Just FYI, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing what I do, what I research, what I purchase. Please don't make any purchases based on what I say. However, by the end of this video, you'll probably end up wanting to do what you want to do, and that's cool. And if you need some advice on that, or you would like to go over your portfolio with me to see what you're holding and what you're doing, you could get a one-on-one Zoom session with me. Email me at zendevin, that's ZENDEVIN @gmail.com. And just put the word crypto in uppercase letters in the subject line, please, because I get a lot of email. I don't want to miss yours. Okay, let's do it. First up, Ripple. Number one, they've got great leadership and fundamentals, especially when regs are, and regulations have to be in place. And you know that as a U.S. citizen, we know that the USA loves their regulations. So you could talk about the SEC lawsuit. We're having small wins along the way. I'll get into that on another part of this video. Number two, you have to look at its future use case and try not to focus on a price day to day, because there'll come a day when $5 to $50 will still be a bargain to get in. And we are still in early days, no matter how you feel about this or how long you've been holding it, okay? When you were married 2 years, did you feel like you were in it too long already? If you were, well, I guess you're not in that anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say here. Number three, use dollar cost averaging to accumulate, and just stay married. Know your spouse, okay? Do some research on what you're holding, because as I go on with these points, I think you'll understand that you're probably married to the right thing, the right person. Okay, so, and also, I just wanted to give this one little caveat, okay, because I hear this a lot, and people who check stocks on the regular, and I understand. I totally understand checking charts and checking your prices every day. Is it up 2%? Is it down 2%? All of that. But if you're concerned with the price right now and why I'm not a millionaire right now and why it's still holding between 50 cents and 63 cents, and when is it going to go to $1? When is it going to go to $3? Like I said, know what you're holding and do some more research, okay? I also have previous videos, plenty of them. I think I've got 65, 70 plus videos now. Go back and take a look, okay? Because if you're concerned, seriously, maybe find a sell price that suits you and do something else, because it may not be for you, because this is definitely a long-term hold, in my opinion, at this point. However, I'm going to give you some other good news, okay? So let's understand this. This is point number 4. Ripple has signed every big bank, corporation, several countries, and recently hundreds of U.S. universities. And it has to have a high price for ODL, that's on-demand liquidity, and cross-border payments. Otherwise, it would be SWIFT all over again. I'll get into what might be holding it up in the Western world, especially the United States, in another point, but I want to make this point. Listen, BTC, Bitcoin, was never supposed to hit $20,000, and it's over 60K at this point. And this is just with proof of work. It doesn't have that much utility, in my opinion. XRP actually has utility, and I'll get into all of that over the next points, okay? And number 6, let me address this. It is number 6 on CoinMarketCap. And right now, with a 20 billion market cap. And okay, I'll address the downside. The downside, yeah, it's down 87%. The previous high was 2018. That was the all-time high. 2021 had a surge, but not an all-time high. But the lawsuit will wrap. And Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, is confident they'll win based on several small wins so far. And I'm with them on that. I'm based on its intrinsic value as opposed to some of the silly coins that are out there. Ripple is different because you have the XRPL, the XRP ledger, and cross-border payment capabilities, okay? Its transparency in that regard is key. It's on blockchain. You can investigate anything on blockchain. So when people say things like crypto can be used for terrorist activity or money laundering, et cetera, the biggest one for that has been any fiat currency. Cash, US dollar can also be used. But you can use blockchain technology to chase it down and investigate it. So I don't even understand that point, okay? Number 8, there's always volatility, and in the early days, there will be. And this is no different. And we are definitely still in the early days. Sometime soon, I think $5 to $50 for purchasing your first amounts of XRP will be a bargain. We're on the verge of a 300 trillion market cap, and it is poised to take the global cross-border payment segment using XRPL. And that could put it, should I throw out the price prediction now? I'm not going to. I'll do it at the end. Okay. I'll do it. But I'll do it at the end when I give a summary. It could put it in the 10K arena. Possibly more. And here's a point I wanted to make, and I even actually hate to say it, but India and probably all of the BRICS countries are open to private companies such as Ripple, for instance, for stable coins. Though there is still a major learning curve with the understanding of the technology. That is an issue, and they're working on it. But India is hot on the trail, okay? US and other Western countries are lagging in this regard. Because remember, USA loves its regulations. And I think that the technology, they have the resources to call in all the big players to get a better understanding of it. Why they don't do this is beyond me. But before they get into launching or even get into CBCDs using stablecoin / crypto that can easily facilitate cross-border payments because they're faster, more efficient, transparent, and cheaper, they need that understanding. And many banks are onboarding, and i.e. beta testing, which I have spoken about on many videos, okay? Many banks are onboarding new programs to launch these things to beta test, okay? It's going on. It's been going on for more than they say a year, but it's been much longer than that, in my opinion. I'm going to say 2 to 3 years minimum, and it is moving forward. So 2 things really come to mind as I'm even talking about this, looking at my notes, is that India and i.e. BRICS countries are all ahead of the U.S. when it comes to new programs and beta testing launches. And in the U.S., and here's my sticking point, JP Morgan would lose their monopoly. So how this will play out, we have to see. We just have to see how that SEC lawsuit plays out. And we will soon. Okay, and I'm going to give you my final point, then my final wrap and price predictions. Banks are in a bind. Ask anyone who's built and scaled them up, okay? They need more liquidity, and they need to earn more money on clients. Now, XRP would facilitate that without charging customers more money. Because right now, let's say they charge $3 fee to get your money. They get to keep $2 of that. With XRP, they could charge $3 and keep $2.99 of that. That's how cheap it would be to facilitate that kind of exchange. With SWIFT, it's 6% approximately across the board, and that's high. It needs to be much lower, and for banks to make money. So the only way to lower that is that example that I just gave, which would be to take it to XRPL for cross-border payments and wrapping it up and charging a lot less and making more, okay? So to wrap, I'm just going to say this. Again, not financial advice. I simply share what I'm doing, how I see it, what I research, and what I know about the product that I am holding amongst other products. And I will make videos on those, okay? Please just stay married to it, because when it rockets, it's going to happen fast. And by the end of 2024, I'll go low and say $10 to $25. But fast movement, once a switch is flipped on ODL and that beta testing is complete and it flips from Swift. And listen, this is not an overnight thing to do this globally. They have to make sure it's efficient, it works, everyone has an understanding of it. And once that switch is flipped, it could take it right straight into the stratosphere to a $20,000 to $35,000 mark per XRP for global adaptation. Now, will I give a timeline on that? I'm going to say between the end of 2020, I'm sorry, not the end, the beginning of 2025 to 2030, somewhere in there. Now, I know that's a 4-year range, but I'm going to say when this stuff starts to move, it's going to happen fast to a high two-digit, low to mid 3-digit number. However, when it really flips that switch and rockets, it's going to go high really fast. Now, are there going to be people who are going to be buying in at $100 to $500? Absolutely, because they know that it's going to hit a much higher mark. Look at Bitcoin. Right now, it's going in the 60-something range, and there are people still dollar cost averaging on it because they may have bought some when it was in the $20,000 range. And hey, you know, if you can dollar cost average and pick up a little bit more when it hits those higher marks, and you can, you know, double your money, why wouldn't you do that, right? And I think it's going to be the case plus some with XRP. And I'm going to wrap it right there. Thanks so much for being with me. I love you all. Really appreciate you being with me. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions whatsoever that you think I can answer on a video, put it in the comments. Once again, if you want to do a one-on-one, please hit me up on zendevin@gmail.com. That's ZENDEVIN @gmail.com. Put crypto in uppercase letters in the subject line, just that one word, and we'll figure out, I'll give you my phone number, we'll figure out a time to talk or do a Zoom call and get you going. Ciao for now. Catch you on the next video.